Are you tired of making your Minecraft builds look like this? And want them looking something like this? Or even something like this? Well, you're in luck, my friend, because I'm going to be giving you top 5 easy tips on how to make your Minecraft builds look better. Let's get right into it. And guys, we're going to be starting off on tip number 1, and that's going to be house shape. So as you guys can see here, I have 2 houses which are both square-like. However, this one looks really bland and plain, and this one looks way more detailed, but it's the same shape, I promise you. These are both the exact same. So I'm going to be showing you how you could do a simple square house without it looking still like a block. So as you guys can see, I have a simple 10 by 10 oak block, which is kind of similar to this, but I've decided to go a bit overboard because I'm going to do it better than that house over there. So what you're going to want to do is immediately look at what you're using, alright? So these tips can be applied onto any house, by the way. So we're going to start off simple with oak planks. Now, if you are looking for a bit more advanced, do not worry. Stay tuned. I will be doing more advanced videos on building later on. However, this is what we're going to start off with, as this is easy tips, not hard tips. So you're just going to make your floor cobblestone because this sets a nice tone and gives a bit of a uniqueness to your house, especially if you're using oak planks, spruce planks, or any type of plank. Besides leather planks, do not use them. So guys, I know we're not focusing too much on the house shape yet. However, as you guys can see here, we fixed the house shape by, instead of if it just being a block, we added a lot more deftness to it. So that's what we're going to be doing to this house as well. And I'm going to show you every single tip on how to do it. Next up, to actually add a bit of shape to your house, you're going to use glass panes instead of fat glass because, well, fat glass just kind of looks a bit too blocky, and this adds a bit more depth to your house. But guys, you're going to be moving on from the house shape. The house shape will still be tip number 1, but I'm going to be showing you guys that later on, so stay tuned. So tip number 2, look for ways to add tiny details into your houses. The main thing I like doing is add a nice little, but don't use glass panes for this as it wouldn't work. Get some fat glass, add it around your door, place your door in. And that already looks a bit slightly better, it looks a bit more cooler, and just adds a bit more detail instead of it just being oak planks. So let's move on. Now obviously tip number 1 is still going to be there. I'm going to be implementing that now. So you're going to want to add an outer shell. So obviously get your logs. This is going to be the outer shell to your house. So you can do this with any wood, by the way, not just oak planks, any wood, this works. So you're going to want to do this. Do this all around. Make sure it's the same height. Make sure your house is 4 blocks high, by the way. We don't want it looking like a 2 block high disaster, okay? Anyway, once you're done that, you're going to move on to tip number 2. So tip number 2, it's already looking less blocky, but we want to make it even less blocky. So we're going to focus on that later on. But anyway, tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be add detail on the outside of your houses. Look, this is good, but it could be way, way better. And the thing I like mainly using is actually adding oak leaves next to the windows. I really like doing this on all my houses. It's my favorite thing to do. And to be honest, the reason why, it just adds so much depth, and you can actually do this on the wide sides where you just think there's nothing to add these oak leaves. They just look way better. We're actually going to do it the exact same right here. It just looks a lot better. This is simple stuff, but very, very basic stuff. Even tiny detail, I'm not counting this as a tip, by the way. And guys, that is the aftermath of adding the trapdoors. It's already looking way less blocky, but that was just tip number 2. Add detail on the outside of your house. You can go even more overboard with this. So hit that notification bell because I will be doing more tips videos on way more advanced stuff. This is just simple basics, as I want to start from basics and then move up. Obviously if we get the support. But tip number 3, we're going to focus on the roof. Now the roof adds even less blockiness to the house, but I see many people doing a big mistake, and actually, sorry about that, guys. We actually have to remove these top trap doors because they're in the way. But keep the bottom ones, as they still add less blockiness to your house. A lot of mistakes I see simple beginner Minecraft players doing is doing this. They think they're going to do a very high roof and doing this without doing the bottom stair. That is mandatory. You want to always do the bottom stair, so make sure you have it like that instead of having it like this. If you get what I mean, that's what I mean. So once you're done that, you're going to want to, I'm going to show you, just repeat that on the other side, by the way. So this is a tiny detail, but make sure you also add an extra layer to the outside of your base. This adds even less blockiness, guys. You want it looking the less blocky possible, but still looking pretty simple. So just what I do is pretty high up. I'd say around 6 to 7 blocks high up. Probably 6 actually, because 6 is even. Alright guys, so I was just about right because I'm pretty sure this is 6 stairs up. So let's count. Bang bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. 6 blocks high. Add a cobblestone in the middle obviously. And repeat that on the other side. Alright guys, by the way, just fill in the middle. I don't want to really skip this step even though you guys probably know to fill in the middle. I'm just saying fill in the middle. Alright guys, minor detail. However, add cobblestone or whatever material you're using for your roof slabs on the top of your roof. So kind of like this. Now the reason why we're doing this is just because it's very simple and it looks way better for your houses. And Lord, you look at that. It's already looking way less blocky. I know in the middle it's kind of empty. We need to fix that. And how to fix that is, guys, if you're doing this thingy shape, you actually have access to do an attic. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now obviously I'm not going to fill in the attic with furniture as the furniture is your choice. However, if you hit that sub button, if you comment down below, and if you hit that like button, I will do a video on interior as well, on how to make your interior look better. Because don't worry, I know how to do that as well in Minecraft. By the way guys, minor detail, make sure to add these under stairs onto the under as well. I forgot to mention add it in general to your roof, but make sure you just add it there. Instead, add nice lanterns. It gives your home a nice cozy vibe. And whoops, I do not know what happened to the stair here. What the hell? Gotta fix that immediately. Anyway, add it on the corners because it just gives you a nice cozy vibe and adds an extra tiny detail. And also do this for the inside as well. I always like doing it in the corners because it just makes the most sense. Look at that, already looking way better. You could do one in the middle if you like. But I doubt you need it. Probably, no, actually we're gonna cut 2 lanterns because we do still want it to be a bit dark. We don't want it fucking looking blinding you. Add 2 lanterns on the top as well. Looks very good. And guys, the one you've been waiting for, tip number 5, the one that defines if a build is good or bad. Guys, that is going to be location. Number 5 is location. This is what defines if a build is good or bad. As you guys can see, I've got a copy of my Forever World. By the way, go check that out, by the way. Obviously, it'll be in the playlist if you want to watch all the episodes. It's currently only 1 or 2, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, as you guys can see, for the hardcore series, or not the hardcore series, sorry, the Chill Forever Minecraft series, we're not doing hardcore, by the way. If you want to check out what that is, it's chill, no villager exporting, thingy, just chill, survival, pure fun, gives you old Minecraft vibes. Anyway, as you guys can see, we have the Forever World house. Now, obviously, it's nowhere near complete. Remember, I had survival materials only. I was not in creative while I built this. So, hear me out. This house is nowhere near finished. But look at the location I picked. It's amazing. We got snow in the background if I want to do any cozy lodges, especially for the winter events that I'm planning on doing for the series. Make sure to stay tuned for that, by the way. And even a nice little cozy village, which obviously in this series we're not allowed to export villagers, but I thought it'd still be nice to live next to one as it's cozy. And obviously look at the location. I put the house on a nice little mountain. It's nowhere near done, I get that. However, when it is done, it's going to look amazing. And we could expand on this and build a crazy town on this mountain and even expand down here. So that is why I picked this location. So number 5 is going to be location. It defines if a build is good or bad. For example, if you're building in an ice biome, do not be building with oak planks. You want to be building with something winter vibe. Maybe like stone bricks or something like that. So that's number 5. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to go check out the Chill Forever World. And the series, obviously it will be just before this episode, so just go on the channel, you can see it there. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Goodbye.